Hello everybody! Welcome to another episode of Eat It Anyway. Over my birthday, my Pittsburgh mom Deb, she got me a new cookbook. Check it out. This is called The Shredded Chef and it's by Michael Matthews. I was kind of perusing through here. It has a lot of great recipes, a lot of good tips for, staying fit and active, and I found a recipe that I think would be perfect for lunch. It is Beef Stroganoff. Check it out. All these recipes are pretty easy. I don't know if you can even see that. There it is. Beef Stroganoff. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna make. And grab your apron. I've got mine right here. And let's get cooking. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna find a pot. Check. Now we're gonna fill this with water and lightly salt it. All right, so our pot is filled. Now we're gonna just add a little bit of salt. I'm gonna stick this on high heat just until it gets boiling. So while the water heats up, let's check out our lineup. First, we got 8 ounces of egg noodles. And we got 1 pound of beef tenderloin trimmed to fat and sliced. We have 2 tablespoons of olive oil over there somewhere, but I didn't measure that out yet. We have half an onion diced up, 4 ounces of white mushrooms sliced, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 can of condensed beef broth divided. I don't know what divided means, but there it is. Then we got 1 teaspoon of Dijon Mustard, 1 clove of garlic minced, 3 tablespoons of white wine. All right, have some wine with it. This is a local wine from Narcissi, and I just used Pinot Grigio. I guess that's fine. I don't know. Half a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, right? Then finally, we have 2 tablespoons of low-fat sour cream and 2 tablespoons of reduced fat cream cheese. There it is. There you have it. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up this skillet. Then I'm going to pour in roughly about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. It looks about good. What do you think? Now that our water is boiling, I'm going to add in our noodles. So here's the first batch. And here's the second one. I'm going to let this cook for about 8 minutes. While the noodles are cooking, I'm going to add in our beef. You want to make sure that this is hot enough, so you get a little splash of water in there. It should sizzle. See if this works. All right, let's add this stuff in. Very gently. Gently. All right, I'm going to split this up and add a little salt and pepper to taste. The beef's looking nice and brown. Check it out. So what we're going to do next is we're going to push all of that meat to one side of the pan and we're going to add in our onion and our mushrooms. Onions in there. Here come our mushrooms. Perfect. We're going to let this cook for 3 to 5 minutes until the onion is all tender and smelling good, and that'll be time for the next step. Speaking of the next step, our noodles are done. All right, so whenever you're draining your noodles, it says drain and reserve. So I'm going to grab this handy dandy Pyrex. I'm going to stick it in my sink, and I'm going to reserve the water whenever I pour it in case we need it later. Here we go. Alright, so you can see that the onions are getting translucent. So what we're going to do is we're going to push this over to the meat side. Now we're going to take 2 tablespoons of our broth and mix it in with the cornstarch. It's going to make a little bit of a glaze to pour over our meat and our onions and mushrooms. So here's what it looks like. It has like a milky white kind of color. And I'm just going to pour this right in. So now that the cornstarch and that little bit of broth is in there, we're going to add the rest of the broth. All right, so here comes the remaining beef broth. We're going to let this come to a boil. Then we're going to reduce the heat and start thinking about putting in the rest of the ingredients. You want to stir this frequently, it says. Make sure you get everything off the bottom. Alright, so that's just going to a boil now. So we can get our Dijon Mustard, our Worcestershire Sauce, Worcestershire, and the wine. I'm going to reduce this heat. I'm going to stick it on low though, now that it's bubbling up there. Let me get my little spatula. Alright, here comes the Dijon. Let me switch hands so you guys can see what's going on. There's the Dijon. Here's the wine. And the Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. I'm gonna mix this up and then I'm gonna cover it for about 10 minutes. Just to let it simmer and do its thing. Alright, see you in 10 minutes. Stop everything. I forgot a very important ingredient. I was supposed to put the garlic in there too. Let me get my spatula, pop this off, and then there's the garlic. Ooh, it just smells good. Alright, the garlic's in. Let me cover that for the remaining of 10 minutes. I should probably mix it up too, you're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. And you're right. Alright, so I said I would see you in 10 minutes, but this guy snuck in a secret step. He wants me to add in the sour cream and the, what is this stuff? Cream cheese. So I'm gonna add this in, mix it up, and then we'll have 2 minutes and it'll be ready to eat. Good. You didn't even see that go in. Here, let me show you what it looks like. The timer's up and here's how we're looking. It says to let this rest for about 5 minutes and then it's ready to serve. All right, here comes the best part, trying it. All right, so here's what it looks like. Got a little on the side, whoops, oops. Look at that. Really good. Josh is having some too beside me. Josh, what do you think?
Good.
Good. All right, let's try it. Get a little more brown stuff on there. It is really good. Very good beef stroganoff. Big shout out to Mike Matthews and his cookbook. A lot of great recipes in here, and this is a winner for sure. If you like this video, go ahead, hit the like button. Share it with your friends, leave a comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.